Hello, everybody. Welcome to Heather Shaw is Kidding. It's me, Heather Shaw. How you doing? Hope your week has been gay. Gay as hell. I hope you've had some kind of labia or balls in and around your mouth, but only if you're the same gender of that labia or balls. We're starting off weird, aren't we? It's Wednesday. Fuck it. We've had enough of this week, haven't we? Just a reminder, this is a comedy commentary podcast because I am going to be talking about a little of the political things that went down this week. So don't get too offended. Whatever side you're on, whatever you believe, just remember, you're right. Huh? If you remember that, you won't get offended. I said this earlier, the offended are ruining everything good. So be chill. If you're a Republican, I love you. If you're a Democrat, I love you, you little queer. If you're is there a non-binary? I guess if you're an independent without being registered independent, if you're somebody who has no affiliation, you're non-binary politically, right? Democrats, you're gay. Republicans, you're straight. But let's not check your search history on your porn sites. And if you are unaffiliated with a political party, guess what? You're non-binary. It all works out. Look at this. We're learning. I'm making this all up on the fly. But I think that's a good way to put it. I think a lot more people nowadays are becoming non-binary with their political affiliations, huh? Nobody wants to be affiliated with either of these parties. At least the smart people don't. All right. Before we jump into the show, now that I've said that little disclaimer and called you gay a million times, if you're still here, then you are queer. Or you have a good sense of humor. Welcome. I hope you're driving. Maybe you're on a commute. Maybe you're cleaning your house. Maybe you're hitting your children. Whatever you need to do to get through the week, I support. Maybe you're, mainlining some kratom. Is that still a thing? That drug? That was a weird drug. If you like the show, please subscribe wherever you listen if you haven't already. If you have, thank you. Rate it if you haven't already. If you have rated it, thank you. I'm seeing the ratings go up. It's great. Growing steadily. I love it. It's like a mini boner, this show. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. If it's not Apple or Spotify, where are you listening? What is it that you're listening to this through? A can and a string? I don't understand. But leave a review. If you have left a review, thank you so much. I think somebody left a review, and at the end of their review, they said, this is a bomb threat, and I appreciate that. That's my kind of review. Whoever left that, thank you. My cat's playing with their cat treat that they have. He's in the room with me playing with his cat treat that he's never played with. So it's fun that he thinks now is a good time to do it. What if I had schizophrenia and I didn't have a cat? There was no cat in the room. That'd be a really interesting way to, that'd be fun to just have schizophrenia, but it's just cats and pets you don't have. That'd be a fine way to have schizophrenia. This is a little unhinged. I love it. If you want to support me and the show, you can become a member of my Patreon. That's a good way to support me. For $3 a month, you can sponsor a gay. Come on, do it. It's a good community over there. You get a bonus episode every single week. Religiously. There's a chat. There's a monthly live stream, clothing optional, as I always say. People always choose to keep their clothes on, so a bunch of squares over there. Exclusive merch for the Patreon. That is, if I may say, if you don't mind wearing a shirt that says Queef on it, this is your community. Join the Patreon, Heather Shaw Comedy over there. Patreon.com, Heather Shaw Comedy. Again, for $3 a month, you can sponsor a goddamn faggot. Huh? Don't feed the children. Feed me. All right. Tour dates. Cleveland at the end of March. Indianapolis and St. Louis in April. Janesville. Somebody finally corrected me on this motherfucker. Janesville, Wisconsin. Those tickets are going fast. It's a smaller room. It's only a 3-seater. So we've already sold one. Janesville, Wisconsin. D.C., and Richmond, Virginia. All on sale now. HeatherShawComedy.com. Grab those tickets. And, come see me. I promise I'm a stand-up comedian. A lot of people think that, I get it. I don't post a lot of stand-up clips. I need to do better about that. But a lot of people think that I don't know, go up and do an hour of Jim Carrey quotes. Real sad shit, huh? I don't do that. I have real jokes. Can't you tell? Can't you tell I'm a comedian? I called you faggot. I have to be funny. Happy International Women's Day to Eileen Wuornos, and only Eileen Wuornos, my queen, my hero. Eileen Wuornos was famously played by Charlize Theron, who I've kind of heard is a bitch. But wouldn't you be a bitch if you look like Charlize Theron? I don't know how to say her last name. It's kind of like Americans pronouncing croissant. It's like, shut the fuck up. Just say croissant. You're American. You have a, 7th grade reading level. Shut the fuck up. Say croissant. You're at a Panera Bread ordering a croissant. Shut the fuck up. It was International Women's Day last week. God, I'm recording this on Sunday. Excuse me. But I do want to give a shout out to the big Eileen. Come on, Eileen. You were the shit. I loved her. That hooker that killed all her Johns. I mean, that's a serial killer I can get behind. A lot of creepy men. First of all, men that are paying Eileen Wuornos to suck them off, they deserve to die. No offense to the Queen Eileen, but, she's a lesbian and she wasn't a looker. She had a heart of gold, but her looks were rusty. We're going to get into Rust, by the way, the shooting. There's an update on that case. But I love Eileen Wuornos. Charlize played Eileen in the infamous movie Monster. And she was not a monster in my heart. She was a goddess, a hero, more so than these nurses. They all call nurses heroes during COVID. No, during COVID, I was still saying my hero is Eileen. I don't condone murder. But, if somebody in Daytona Beach is going to pay Eileen Wuornos to suck their dick, and maybe they have a wife at home, I think they should be killed. Don't you? I think she was in a lot of danger a lot of the time. She had a really shitty life, and then she got the death penalty. They put her to sleep, which is kind of a sweet relief for someone like that. But she is a queen. I'll always love her, and I celebrate her on every International Women's Day. She's the only woman I really want to celebrate. It used to be Caitlyn Jenner, and now it's just Eileen Wuornos. Shout out to women everywhere, though. And my fiance, I guess she counts, too. I love my fiance. I'll celebrate her every day. I celebrate her every day. The Oscars, I'm filming this Sunday. The Oscars are tonight. You've already seen all the clips. Again, this is Wednesday. Hello. So unfortunately, I'm kind of bummed. I won't be able to talk about the Oscars. I wonder what happened. Jimmy Kimmel's the host. That firecracker, huh? That guy's gonna bring the heat, huh? He's not friends with every single actor and actress and agent and manager in the room. God, he's going to have a crazy good monologue. It's going to be a fine monologue. This is my guess. It's going to be fine. I'll do a recap video on the social media for everybody. I usually do that after events, Grammys, Oscars, bombings. But my predictions are, Jimmy Kimmel's going to be fine. They're all his friends. They're all going to laugh at everything he says. He's not going to go too hard. He's going to do better than Joe Coy. Holy shit. Helen Keller would have done better than Joe Coy. Just put her up there and have her gargle for an hour. She'd be fine. But I am bummed. I can't wait and record this till after the Oscars. I'm going to Florida because I don't love myself. I'm flying to Florida. I'll be in Florida when this comes out. I'm going to Florida. I need a break. I need a vacation. I haven't even told my parents I'm going. Thank God they don't know how to listen to podcasts. They're in Florida, but I'm not going to see them. I'm going to Fort Lauderdale during spring break. So I have a death wish. I'm going to Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to hang out on the beach. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to do some bath salts. I'm going to yell at some trans people to go back to where they came from, which is, I don't know, the other gender. I'm going to do real Florida shit. I'm going to wear heels like DeSantis, and yell at very legal residents, but they have a tan, so I think they're Mexican. I'm going to yell at them to go back to the country. Real Florida shit. Florida's fun. They have that law in Florida. Don't say gay in school. Don't say gay in school. Shootings are fine. You can shoot up the place, but don't you dare say gay. That's where we draw the line. I have a joke in my stand-up set where I say, I like that Florida law. Don't say gay in school, say faggot like a real bully. Florida's an interesting place. I used to live there for forever. I lived in Orlando, which is probably the most, I would say, popular city in Florida. Orlando's so big. There's like 3 to 4 different Orlandos within Orlando. You have the Disney World Orlando, you have UCF, the College Orlando, you've got downtown Orlando, and then, you've got like Kissimmee. Goddamn, I hate Florida. But I'm excited to go sit on a beach. That's what I'm really excited about. I'm excited to sit on a beach, get a little Irish tan, which is just where I get a little less pale, maybe a sunburn, hang out with my fiance, and have a nice vacation. So, unfortunately, that's why I can't recap the Oscars today, but I will touch on the Oscars next week if anything really exciting happens. Here's my guess. Bradley Cooper loses. That loser. He took 6 years to make Maestro. I mean, I hope it was worth it. I hope it was a pet project. I hope he has no regrets because I don't think he's getting the Oscar. I really don't even know. I don't know anything else that's up for nomination. You could have said Titanic is up again, and I would have believed it. I would have said, the Titanic will probably win. I have no idea. I don't care. I don't. It should be fine. Does anybody give a fuck anymore other than what people show up wearing? I mean, Will Smith's not invited, so it's not going to be fun. Chris Rock isn't, he's not going to get slapped. No one's going to slap Jimmy Kimmel. I miss Fat Kimmel. That's when he was funny. Oh, good old Florida. All right, well, let's jump into what's happening over in the political world, which is a real fucked up world these days, and I enjoy it. We had the State of the Union address by Joseph Biden, who was alive. He was awake. I don't know if they allowed him to take a week worth of naps before the State of the Union, if he was on 450 milligrams of Adderall. I don't know what it was, but he was awake. It was a good State of the Union. I didn't really listen to it. It's all bullshit, If you're buying into politics now, it's like, grow up. Grow up. Do you think anything is changing? It doesn't matter who gets elected. It's all the same shit. Marjorie Taylor Greene was there wearing the most unhinged outfit I've ever seen at the State of the Union address. She had a huge MAGA trucker hat. She had pins, like memorabilia of people who've been murdered by illegal immigrants, quote unquote. She had like death memorabilia pins. She had a loud red MAGA. I mean, she looked like a NASCAR fan. I was like, you're at the wrong event. Who the fuck shows up to the State of the Union in a loud fucking trucker hat? She's unhinged. It's a freak show over there. The entire Congress is a fucking freak show. It's a circus. How does anybody take any of this seriously? How is anybody buying into this? It's a spectator sport at this point. Sit down in a chair, make your popcorn, and watch the circus happen. You can't take it seriously anymore. The Republican Party has become a fucking freak show. The Democrats are useless. I hate both parties. They're the birds of the same feather. Every politician is a politician for 2 things: money and power. That's it. They don't give a fuck about you. When will you get that? Even Bernie Sanders. If Bernie Sanders gave a fuck, he'd retire. He'd go to Vermont, he'd milk a cow, eat his granola, and birdwatch. Why the fuck? He's not making any change. It's money and power. That's what I'm convinced. I do not, the minute somebody says they're a politician, I don't trust them. And neither should you. Stop trusting these people. They don't care about you. But now it's become a freak show. It's real fun to watch. It's real fun. Because the Republican Party used to be, the Nixon, Reagan, Bush. Not the second Bush. The first Bush. The hairier Bush. That was like, real, I don't know if it's sophisticated is the word, but like real guarded and professional and demure and cold-hearted and money-driven and ambitious and powerful. That was the Republican Party that I grew up watching, and even before, and now it is like post, I would say, Trump era, since Trump took office the first day, it has become the Barnum and Bailey circus, and I fucking love it. It's unhinged. Lauren Boebert, Colorado representative or whatever she is, jacking off a guy while watching Beetlejuice while hitting her vape. This is a Republican politician. Matt Gaetz doing gay shit, I'm sure, allegedly. Cocaine and gay shit. DeSantis wearing heels. No wonder Nikki Haley looks so normal, because this is who she's got to deal with. Mitch McConnell and his turkey goblet just freezing up everywhere. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who believes in the craziest of conspiracy theories. The conspiracy theories she believes in are not kind of based in aliens are real. That one you can get behind. 9/11 was kind of fishy. That one you can get behind. Marjorie Taylor Greene believes in crazy shit, like Jewish lasers are coming at us. Shit like that. The earth is flat, she's a very weird, unhinged person. She's fun to watch. You know what I mean? She's entertaining. I don't think that if Biden gets elected or if Trump gets elected, I don't think much will change. But I'm just going to say it'd probably be a nicer, calmer-ish America if Biden gets reelected, But I got to say, from a comedian's standpoint, kind of hope Trump gets elected. I'm going to say it. I kind of hope it, man. He's so entertaining. He's funnier than 85% of the comedians working today, and that includes me. I remember when he just threw toilet paper at the Puerto Rican hurricane victims. Just tossed some toilet paper. That's a real leader, if you ask me. But yeah, the State of the Union was crazy. And then after the State of the Union, for whatever reason, the Republican Party had propped up Katie Britt, a senator from Alabama, to give the kind of response, the Republican response to the State of the Union. And I'm sure you've seen the videos of Katie Britt giving this response. It was completely weird, strange. It's not good when Megyn Kelly is saying, what the fuck was that? Megyn Kelly went on whatever she broadcasts from, whatever fucking attic she broadcasts from. But after that, she said, what the fuck was that? Everyone was confused. It's not so much what Katie Britt was saying, it was how she delivered it. Her response, which was kind of like her own, I guess the Republican Party's own. I don't know if this is a normal thing they do. Again, I'm not enmeshed in politics. I don't really give a fuck. I'm just a casual watcher. It's kind of like basketball. I want to get, sometimes I'm like, I should get into that. But then, I watch it for a little and I'm like, this is insane. I'm bored. All right, turn it off. Katie Britt, whatever response she was given, I don't know if this is a normal thing after the State of the Union for the opposing party to give a response. But first of all, she sat in a kitchen that is not her kitchen. She's clearly in some, paid for Airbnb. It's like the kitchen is kind of better than the fucked up kitchens you'd see in To Catch a Predator. Watching her response video, I was like, when is Chris Hansen going to come out and just start reading creepy chats with a decoy? When is he going to just start regurgitating chats to her? I was just waiting for him to come out of the fridge or something. She's in this fucked up Airbnb kitchen, clearly not lived in. They didn't move a thing. They didn't try to make it look like even sort of somebody lived there. They probably didn't want to pay the Airbnb COVID cleaning fee, because that's always fun. You go to book a room now in COVID or for Airbnb, and the room will be like, it is $75 a night. And you're like, fine, I'll do one night here. And then you get to it, and the total is like, your total is $6,500. And you're like, what the fuck? Well, we do have a COVID cleaning fee. What do you do? What is the COVID cleaning? Does somebody in a hazmat suit come in COVID? That was 4 years ago. We're still doing that? You're still tacking on a COVID clean. What is the COVID cleaning fee? Well, we just walk through the house and look at it, kind of see if we can see any of the COVID germs just crawling around. And if we see anything weird, we'll just spritz some 409 on it and we'll charge you an ass load. Nobody's staying in Airbnbs anymore. You know who is? Katie Britt. Katie Britt is the only person renting out Airbnbs for fucked up response videos. She's like a Twitch streamer for politics. I don't understand. She gets on there. It's a performance. Because I saw old videos of Britt talking, and she's composed. If she talked the normal way she talks and she didn't give this weird performance, it literally looked like an audition for a Lifetime movie she did not get the part. She didn't get the part. The part was going to somebody else. Again, Helen Keller could have done a better job. She's sitting there, and her performance is bad. I've seen old videos of her talk. She sounds normal. They could really prop her up to be a serious Republican candidate in the future for presidential elections, but I think she just fucked herself. I think she fucked herself in the kitchen. This is like a bad Bang Bros video. A real bad Bang Bros video. She really fucked herself with this. They could have propped her up. She's a senator from Alabama, so that's hard to overcome. Nobody takes Alabama seriously. The only thing serious we take about Alabama is their football program. That's it. Everything else, we're like, okay, idiots. I almost said the R word, but I'm trying to be better about that. But you understand what I'm saying, don't you? Okay, Forrest Gump. That's anybody that says they're from Alabama, I'm just like, so you know Forrest personally? Sorry if you hear my dog. It's a real loud household these days. She's in the kitchen. She's doing this video. She's kind of crying. It seems like she's again auditioning for a fucked up Lifetime movie. She's kind of got this voice, and it's almost like somebody is holding a gun to her head behind the camera, just like, you better fuck, like it's a hostage video. She's got like the tears are welling in her eyes, but forced. It's like she's just thinking about having sex with her husband or something. Thinking about women having rights. That causes her to cry a bit, I'm sure. And she's just kind of talking like this. America is doomed. Joe Biden is a demon. It is a horrible performance. I don't even think this could have been qualified for a Tubi movie. I don't think she would have gotten the audition if this was a movie on Tubi. It's bad. You've got to watch it. And if that doesn't say anything about the state of the Republican Party, again, I think both sides are fucked up, but mouth fart. The Republican Party really is a circus now, and it's fun to watch. And most of the Republicans that I saw reacting to this video were scratching their heads, saying, "What the fuck is this?" I don't know. I think they're trying to prop her up. She'll probably run in the next presidential election. I don't know if this really fucks her chances up, but it's weird, man. It was a weird video. It was a weird response. I don't even know what claim she was making. Britt, good luck. She's entertaining. Again, I'm really in it for the entertainment, and it was a what the fuck is this kind of thing. She looked uncomfortable. She looked distraught. It's like Joe Biden's speech was, it's Joe Biden. How are you going to be distraught over Joe Biden? What are you, scared of a mosquito? Joe Biden is the wet sock of presidents. He's not even there, really. He's a ghost. He's Casper the Ghost of presidents. And she was so distraught. I love it. We'll see where this election takes us. I don't have any bets right now. I want to say I was thinking Trump is going to win, but part of me is like, why would the Democrats run Joe Biden if they weren't confident he would win? Because they're all in cahoots. So what's going on here? Kind of makes me think Biden's going to win again, because why else would you run that guy unless you want to lose or you know the outcome already? We'll see what happens. I'm very uninterested in it, but entertained by it. How about that? It's like a shitty reality show on Netflix that is just on while I do my laundry. That's how I treat politics, and you should too. I saw a video on TikTok of Bernie Sanders being asked about the age cap. This is the last bit of politics, and then we'll get off of this forever, all right? Forever meaning this episode. Bernie Sanders was asked about if there should be an age cap in politics, in the Congress. And what do you think Bernie Sanders said? Bernie Sanders at the sprite age of, 98? Bernie Sanders says no. No, there shouldn't be an age cap. People should be allowed to vote for who they want to vote. And if somebody's running and they're, running on fumes, hey, you voted for them. Of course Bernie Sanders is going to say that. Why do we even ask him? Do you think Bernie Sanders is going to sit there while still in office? What is he, 88 years old? He's old, man. I mean, this guy was, he was protesting World War I. I think I saw him protesting World War I, the photos. Of course he's going to say, no. I don't know why he doesn't want to retire. Everybody says this guy's a saint. Is he? He's a politician and he's still in office. Why don't you want to retire? It makes no fucking sense to me. But what do you think is Bernie Sanders is going to say? Yeah, we really 65 is it. We should be getting about 65. What do you... It's like, I don't know why we ask. It's like asking the head of the NRA if we should have some gun control. What do you think they're going to say? No, bad for business if we start doing that. Let the kids have guns. I don't understand. I mean, I wasn't shocked by it, but I was just shocked that we were asking an active politician who's pushing, a century years old, their thoughts on an age cap. I mean, we have an age minimum, Bernie. What do you mean we can just vote for anybody? Half of this country would have voted for Gypsy Rose if it was up to them. She's too young. She's a spry 30. I hate the idea of asking Bernie Sanders. And when the fuck is that going to retire? He's not making any change. I'm surprised he's still in his party. His party, literally kicked him out and said, you can't be presidential nominee. Fuck you. It's crazy. It's like, Bernie Sanders, you think there's an age cap. It's like asking a woman who wore, Cookie Monster pajama pants to high school if she believes in interracial dating. Yeah, no shit. Yes, she's a proponent for it. She's an advocate for it. Of course, Bernie Sanders. Oh, fuck. It's absurd. Why are we asking him his thoughts? What change has he done? Can he even even if he wanted to get anything done, realistically, can he? I don't think so. It's crazy. I mean, I love Bernie Sanders because he's kind of related to Larry David, and that's true. They did that stupid Ancestry show. I'd love it if they brought on, shitty celebrities. The Ancestry show, it's a black guy, he's a host, and he sits down with a celebrity, and it's kind of like Ancestry.com. He does all of that for them and tells them. One time he found out that Larry David and Bernie Sanders are, cousins, not, directly, but, through the lineage, they're cousins. And it's yeah, that checks out. I just want to see him, sit down with, Paula Deen and tell her that she's, a quarter black. Just watch her freak the fuck out. It doesn't have to be true. Sit down with Taryn Manning. Be like, you come from a long line of methadone clinics. I love Taryn Manning. I just love to shit on her because it's fun. I hope she does. I hope she's having a great day. She's a Trumper. Fuck it. Yeah, but I would like that more. Sit down Gypsy Rose. You know what I mean? That what would you tell Gypsy? Actually, your entire family is very healthy. You should have had known, lady. Oh my God, what? I'm gonna kill my mom again. Yeah, Gypsy, you come from actual, a long line of athletes, superior athletes, great bloodline, great genetics. Nobody in your family has ever been sick. Oh, that fucking bitch. I'd bring her back to life just to kill her again. Get that fire D. I love her so much. Is she pregnant? I don't know. Is she going to stay with Ryan, the Family Guy, Peter Griffin cosplayer? I don't know. I love her. But bring her on the Ancestry show. I need answers. Let's jump into our sponsors here. We love our beautiful sponsors. You know them, you love them. I saw somebody on YouTube comment that they have signed up for the Lucy Brown coffee subscription and they love it. And I want to say I love you, lady, sir, non-binary. I don't know your political affiliation. It's a great subscription, guys. I'm glad that people are taking advantage of the promo code and are enjoying really, really good coffee. I mean, I don't know why the fuck anybody goes to, Dunkin' Donuts. You don't know what you're going to get at Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, half of the time I think they're just shitting in a cup and diluting it with water and then popping that bad boy in the microwave and giving it to you. I know it's like $3 a cup, but come on, guys. And Starbucks, loves genocide. So what are we doing? You can enjoy coffee from Lucy Brown Coffee Bar without ever leaving the comfort of your home. Lucy Brown is now offering and has been offering coffee subscriptions. I have a coffee subscription. Now I'm seeing other people are jumping on and getting this coffee subscription. Do it. It's a smart move. You simply fill out their form on their website and you get coffee beans from different and exciting roasters sent straight to your door. You don't have to do anything. I mean, we are in a time, a dystopian nightmare where you don't have to do anything. Everything comes to you. Why not enjoy good fucking coffee? I'm telling you, this coffee is amazing. I mean, I'm hyped up on it. You think I'm sober, but this coffee makes me feel like love. Okay, I'm not going to say that. I'm not trying to say that Lucy Brown's coffee is cocaine. I'm not trying to. They're never going to want me to advertise again. It's good coffee, trust me. And it's just starting at just $20 a month. So visit LucyBrownCoffee.com. That's LUSSI browncoffee.com. And follow the coffee subscription button to get signed up today. Plus, if you use the code Heather Shaw's Kidding, you'll get 10% off your first order. Huh? Come on. Do it, you queer. Have you ever wondered if you might be autistic? Huh? Or maybe you were recently diagnosed and now you're trying to understand autism and your place in the autistic community. Are you meant to be a furry? Do you just love anime? Do you collect stamps? I'm just saying the most basic, very autistic things you could like. Do you love on the spectrum? Does it hit close to home? I got a podcast for you. It's called the Other Autism Podcast, and it is here to help. I'm not trying to make fun. I probably got a touch of the tism. Some people have been calling themselves. Some people on YouTube have been saying, "I have Shawtism," and I like that. But I'm also like, is this okay? Can we? I have a member on my Patreon, who's made their own bumper stickers on their car that say Shawtism. I'm getting worried, guys. I mean, I think we might. Is this okay? I'm not trying to take the piss out of autism. And I didn't come up with this. This is a fan thing. I love it. I love it so much, but I'm hoping somebody doesn't get their tires slashed because they have Shawtism on the back of their car. We'll see. It's a Honda Civic. Those tires are tough. The Other Autism Podcast is here to help you. Each episode, your host, Kristen, brings you interviews with autistic folks who were diagnosed as adults, which is very interesting. You'll hear what it's like for them going undiagnosed most of their lives, not knowing that they have autism. And then they get diagnosed and everything turns around. And then they come to terms with their autistic identities later on. It's very interesting stuff. I love it. The Other Autism Podcast also covers the latest in autism research and topics at the forefront of autistic culture and scholarship. If you're a fucking nerd, you're smarter than me, you're going to like this podcast. If you are autistic or wondering if you might be, the Other Autism Podcast helps you to feel more informed and less alone. You can find the Other Autism Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. I said it up top. What are you doing if it's not Apple or Spotify? I need to know. I need the answers. What are you listening to this on? Is it Pandora? Oh my God. Is it Pandora you're listening to this on? Get it together. It is 2024. I don't mean to shame. But seriously, is this Pandora you're listening to this on? Oh, brother, this guy stinks. All right, let's get in. Thank you so much to the sponsors. Coffee and autism. What else do you need to get through your halfway week? I'm recovering from this cold, and I think I'm doing well. I'm not on any cold meds. It just feels like it. Can you tell? I don't. All right, Hannah Gutierrez. Hannah Gutierrez, if you remember that name, she was the 24-year-old woman who was the armorer on the set of Alec Baldwin's film Rust, which is, the film where Alec Baldwin accidentally, and I think it was accidentally because, accidentally shot and killed I think it was a director of photography or something. Helena Hitchens. I don't know. This is not a research podcast. If you want that, listen to the other autism podcast. Okay. This is a lesbian says things off the top of her head, and you just try to get through it podcast. I think her name was Helena, though. Hannah Gutierrez was found guilty of some kind of manslaughter, and so that's been settled. And that's fair. You're the armorer. Now, I will say, I think she's only facing up to 18 months in prison or jail or, I don't know, movie set jail. I think that's fair. That's your job. Now, if I was running a movie set, would I employ a 24-year-old to handle the weapons? No. So I don't know if this is a Nepo baby situation where her parents work if her dad was an armorer, or I don't know how she got this job. Sounds like she was partying at night. She's on a movie set. She's partying. She's having fun. She's 24, blah, blah, blah. Sounds like she has some coke on her. Who hasn't, If you haven't been playing with guns while you're doing coke, you haven't lived. You're not from Florida. She was found guilty. I don't know what this means for Alec Baldwin. I'm not sure if he's facing anything. I haven't really looked into it that much. I don't think anything's going to happen to Alec Baldwin. Although I will say, Alec Baldwin was the producer. He was the director, I believe. If not, I know for sure he was the producer and the star of the movie. This was his baby, and he kind of just, I heard some audio on set and did do research on this part. And by research, I mean watched a few TikToks on this. He was rushing it. He was rushing the production. He wanted to get through scenes. He was cutting corners, trying to save some money, probably save some time. You have to pay people less if they're on set less. If you can shoot something that takes, usually 3 hours, if you can cut it down to 1 hour, you're saving money. Unfortunately, you're working with fucking guns. And for some reason, there was a live round in that gun. Why is there even a live round on set ever? Why are you loading a gun? That's where it gets weird. But I don't know enough. So I'm going to shut my gay trap about that. It's just odd to me. I do know that there are bullets that look much different than real bullets on set. A fake dummy bullet that you can use in a movie, it's got like a hollowed side, a circle that's hollowed. So you can kind of see on the bullet, oh, this is not real. Now, I also know that on movies, armorers are supposed to bring the weapon or the gun to the actor, and the actor and the armorer together are supposed to confirm that everything is safe. And these are safety protocols that this is like, you have to do this by law on movie sets. The actor looks at the weapon, looks at the bullets, confirms with the armorer confirms with the actor that everything's good to go and safe, and then you can shoot the scene. None of that was happening. It was very rushed. It was Alec Baldwin being like, all right, let's go, let's shoot this, give me this, all right, let's go, let's set up, let's go, let's keep it filming, let's shoot this. I mean, it was like that. So corners are cut, a woman ended up dead. That's what happens. This is why we have safety protocols. I don't think anything's going to happen with Alec at the end of the day. But he's got to go to bed every night. And I know he's probably done some fucked up shit. He's an industry babe. He's been in the industry for fucking decades. So he's seen some shit and probably done some shit. And this is, remember his voicemail to his daughter? I mean, that should, if a woman did that, she'd never work again. I hate to be like that person, but it's so true. Charlie Sheen, if a woman did half of the things Charlie Sheen did during his meth phase, remember when he was just on Good Morning America on meth and saying that he had tiger's blood? Again, entertaining as fuck, don't care, but it's just funny that if God, who's like a Charlie Sheen, if Melissa, I don't know, not Melissa McCarthy, if like, Rebecca Gayheart went on, or that's not even a good reference either. God, I don't know. If an actress went on, if Kelly Ripa was on Good Morning America talking about, her tiger blood while on meth, I don't think she'd be hosting Regis and Kathy in whatever that fucking show is. Charlie Sheen's got 18 lives. He's like two cats living back to back. I miss him. I miss his meth phase. It was real fun. But he's a fucked up guy, Alec Baldwin's a fucked up guy. And at the end of his, now he's getting older and it never stops. You thought after the voicemail he'd kind of chill out. Nope, now he's got a murder on his hands. Now, accidental or not, dude, you were the fucking guy in charge. You put a 24-year-old in charge of your weapons, and also the armorer didn't even bring him the gun. It was some other guy who was working on the crew. Maybe an assistant or a director of photography or somebody. Another guy brought him the gun. Maybe the director himself brought him the gun. So it was complete bullshit. No safety protocols were followed. So Alec Baldwin should feel a little guilty. I don't think he should do prison time. It'd be nice if he paid Helena's family some money. If he hasn't already, throw them a couple million, would ya? You took away their wife, their daughter, their mother. Why don't you set them up for life, Alec? But I don't think that he deserves prison time. At the end of the day, I don't think it was an intentional murder. But still, he's got to live with himself. I don't even know if I'd be able to recover if I left my daughter a shitty voicemail like that. Now this, my God, that guy has no conscience. His wife is also from Boston. I have to drink a lot. I still have a scratchy throat. His wife is also from Boston and just pretends she's Hispanic, from Spain. So he's just a fucked up guy. All right, let's talk about R.I.P. Helena. You would have hated TikTok and what they're saying about you. I don't know. The other thing I want to talk about is humiliation rituals are going around. I'm not going to touch at all on the Ryan Garcia shit. That shit scares the shit out of me. If you don't know anything about what's going on with boxer Ryan Garcia and the Illuminati, go Google it. Have fun. That's your homework for this week. Ryan Garcia, Illuminati, John Podesta. Those are your 3 keywords. Have fun. I'm not talking about it. I love when I do TikToks and sometimes I'll like cover my eye because my eyes are constantly itching. If you couldn't tell, I have very red eyes. I'll do this. I'm just itching one of my eyes with my hand, and somebody will be like, "She's doing the Illuminati gesture." I'm like, the Illuminati is not. I have not been invited by the Illuminati. I would formally like to tell. I don't have a fucking agent. I don't have a manager. You think the Illuminati wants me? Bitch! Come on. I can barely get these clubs to answer my emails. The Illuminati is not chasing after the Jim Carrey lookalike girl. But the humiliation rituals were kind of brought on by Cat Williams. He was talking about humiliation rituals. And his, I think Cat Williams is very believable, but also, like, some of this shit is just kind of, who knows if it's true? It just seems kind of wonky to me. He talks about how right before mostly male celebrities pop off and get huge and become superstars, they have to go through a humiliation ritual with the Illuminati, which mostly includes just wearing a dress publicly. That's it. That's the humiliation ritual. Wearing a dress. That's just humiliating to who? That just sounds like an insecure man being like, that's so humiliating that they had to wear a dress. This must be Illuminati. Like Harry Styles, that was his humiliation ritual to become a superstar. He had to wear a dress. Caleb Williams, the quarterback who's an NFL prospect, probably number 1 to be drafted overall in the NFL. He wore a dress, and everyone's like, it's a humiliation ritual. It just sounds like something weak-minded, insecure men full of toxic masculinity would chalk up to being humiliated for. Like, no one else is thinking that's humiliating. That's not really humiliation to me. I mean, that's not okay. You're telling me you wouldn't put on a dress and get a photograph for some money? That's not that humiliating. I think that's just like weak men that are like, that must be a humiliation ritual. Why else would he wear a dress? Because he doesn't give a fuck about your weird gender constructs. He just wants to wear a fucking dress. Harry Styles is a little gay, let's be real. It's not weird to see him in a dress. Caleb Williams wasn't wearing a dress. It's not like he was in a fucking spaghetti strap, for the spring soch. I mean, he was just wearing like a longer pleated skirt thing. But it didn't really look feminine. It didn't look like a dress to me. I think if the humiliation rituals existed, it would be something that all people find humiliating. Gay guys don't find wearing a dress humiliating. Women don't find wearing a dress humiliating. It's just dorky men that find wearing a dress humiliating. So that's not a real humiliation ritual. I think if humiliation rituals were real, it would look like Harry Styles accepting an award at the VMAs and shitting his pants violently on stage in front of everyone and the world to see. That's a real humiliation ritual. At least the one I want to see. You know, Adele, before she becomes the biggest superstar, just has a giant period stain on her wet pantsuit, her white pantsuit. That's humiliation. Everybody can agree. You know, shitting your pants publicly. Going on The View and breaking the couch when you sit down. I don't know. Wearing a dress is only humiliating to a very certain specific person. And that's just weak men. You know, men that are like, no, man, I would never find a guy attractive. It's like everybody can find somebody attractive. I'm gay. I can look at a man and go, that guy's attractive. It doesn't make me straight. Men can, secure men can say a guy is attractive. It's fine. So I don't really, I fuck with Cat Williams. I believe most of what he's saying, but I think that's just kind of like, okay, dude, whatever. I think the more ritualistic stuff is what Ryan Garcia was talking about that I'm not going to talk about because I don't want to even get into it, dude. There's allegedly a video, of John Podesta doing some shit. It's dark. You have fun with that. I can't ruin my day. If it's happening, it's happening. I'm not taking part of it. That's all I can say. It's fucking weird, dude. All right. Before I wrap this up, I don't have a movie or a TV show, but I do have something to recommend you do. Okay? And I did it this past week. It's called community theater. Have you heard about this? Your local community theater. Go see a goddamn show at your local community theater. It is the best experience you're going to have. And I don't mean wholesome and truly entertaining. I mean a car wreck. And entertaining as fuck. And unintentionally funny. That was mouth almost diarrhea. Unintentionally funny. If you want something kind of like the J-Lo movie, but in real life, go see a play at your community theater. I went and saw one. Wasn't bad, honestly, but there was some shit that is like, it only happens at a community theater. I mean, a local, locals in your town get together and put on a play. And you just pay the ticket, which I think is like 3 cents, and you go watch these people put on a play. Now, it can be good acting. It can be a good story. I saw, the one I saw was pretty good acting. The story was fine. But it was everything around that I was witnessing that made it so fucking entertaining. I mean, it is unintentionally so fucking funny. I kind of want to write a script about a TV show called Community Theater, about people that take part in community theater. It is so fascinating to me. So the minute I walked into this little theater, I mean, it's a small room, If you've been to a local play, you kind of understand. This isn't like high school play. This is like adults. I mean, one of the actors in this play was the president of one of the colleges here. I mean, we're talking like adults. This man was in his 60s, and he was up there in a wig. It was fucking wild. It's kind of like in The Office when Andy he's part of the community theater for Sweeney Todd. It's exactly that, but way less production. The production value is way low. The minute I walk into this little theater, I mean, it's probably only like maybe 8 rows of seats. I'm hit with the biggest and loudest. I'm hit with the wall of farts. So everybody that's there to watch the play, besides me and my fiance and our friends, they look like they belonged in Congress. They look like they should be passing laws. They were all at minimum 85 years old. They're all old as fuck. This is their entertainment. This is their movies. I love it. I get it. I'm going to be this bitch. The minute I walk in, I'm hit with a wall of old people farts. That doesn't go anywhere. It just sits there the whole show. Just a cloud of farts is sitting around my head the entire show, and it's old people farts. They have a very distinct smell. Because they've been around. These farts, remember when JFK was shot. They're just there. They're just like, you can almost see them. They're so heavy. So I'm hit with the farts. The acting was fine. There's like a serious monologue at one point, very serious between. I mean, this was a more like lighthearted play, but there was a serious monologue towards the end of it, the show, if you will, between these two actors. And it's a small room, and it's an intimate room, and you know, and this old couple in the front row, and old. I mean, we're talking 80s. As they're doing this serious monologue, this old guy, this old geezer, who probably is the culprit of the fart, just decides that's the perfect time when the entire theater is quiet and these two actors are having a very serious monologue to pull out a mint and start unwrapping the mint and taking at least 3 minutes to fully unwrap the mint from the plastic paper or the plastic wrapping that is like. Now, these actors are 2 feet away from him. Okay? This isn't like a raised stage. This is like a little stage. And these actors are 2 feet away from him trying to do this very serious scene. And this guy's just. As he's doing that, I hear somebody fart. More farts, a wave of farts gets filled up into the room. Again, a thick, dense, old person fart fills up the room again. This guy in the front row is still rummaging with his mint. These poor actors are trying to get through their goddamn serious scene. Then the guy's wife, the woman next to him, decides it's time for me to pull out a mint. She pulls out a mint. Now the two of them are going. I got the wave of farts. I got these two people trying to unwrap a mint. I was like, just eat the plastic. Eat the entire wrapper. You've lasted this long. You'll be okay. You'll shit it out like a cat. Just eat the wrapper and the candy. They finally get through that. The monologue's over. They go back to another act. And then you hear all of a sudden on the other side of the room, you hear like that. You hear a loud, it's not like a fire alarm. It's very faint, but you hear like this high pitch. I'm surprised I could hear it. I was like, am I a dog all of a sudden? Why am I hearing this? And then I turn around and I look and somebody goes, Harold, your hearing aid. That's your hearing aids. It's your hearing aid. This guy's hearing aid must have been losing power or battery, and it makes a high-pitched noise that, again, I thought only dogs could hear. Oh, my God, these poor actors. I mean, these actors ranged in age from, like, there was, like, probably a 19-year-old kid there to this president of a college who was probably in his 60s. I mean, we're talking an age range of actors trying their best up there with the oldest audience ever, just farting, unwrapping mints, hearing aids going off. It was the fucking funniest thing I've ever sat through. At one point, I swear to God, I was crying tears, trying to stifle my laughter. Because everything around me that was happening was absurd. The play was fine. The actors were fine. They're supposed to be fine. It's when you go to community theater, you're going for the experience in the audience. I'm going to go back. I'm getting a membership to that fucking theater. It is the funniest fucking thing. I have not cried like that from laughing in years. There are no comedy movies that have delivered the laughter that I got from sitting in that audience, that fart-filled audience with those old geezers watching this play. It was the best time of my life. This is what I find so entertaining. I'm crying. A lady in the front row in front of me turned around and gave me a stank eye. I said, fuck you. I'm going to live to see who makes president next. Janice, turn around and enjoy this. You can't even hear them. The actors were fine. There's some points where it's just community theater, so things happen. Like actors will be backstage where you don't see them, but you just hear them sneezing. Somebody will be delivering a line and you just hear, achoo! And it's just an actor that couldn't hold it in. What? These aren't professional actors. These are just hobbyists. They like to act. They are play enthusiasts. Accountant by day, actor by night. It is the fucking best. I mean, I don't enjoy seeing improv, but I imagine people that do, this is the same joy they get, is the community theater. Oh, I'm going back. I love it. Old people don't give a fuck. That guy was in the front row unwrapping candy like he didn't give a fuck. It was the best experience ever. And the production quality is not great, I mean, it's local. It's, unless you're in a big-ass city, I'm in Lexington. It's local. It's the production's not great. They're all in a door on the set wouldn't shut. I mean, you see the backstage hands who are probably also actors trying to shut the door behind the scenes. Oh, it's great. I fucking loved it. That's my new favorite hobby is to go see community theater plays. This one runs for a month, so I'm going to have to go back when they have a new one. Oh, it's my new favorite hobby. Better than any movie. Also they had a food spread at the end, so you go out in the lobby. It's kind of got church vibes. You know what I mean? Except nobody's shaming you. You go out in the lobby and they do like a food spread for the people, the actors. I mean, everybody just mingles because it's, community theater. You're not, you can see the actors. It's not like you're, running into Matt Damon. But the food spread, it was like a bowl of sad chips, some dip that every old geezer would go up and just, instead of, the etiquette is to take chips, put it on your plate, take some dip, dollop it onto your plate, be on with your way. These old fucking assholes were just taking the chips, dipping them one by one into the dip and eating them and spewing all over the food. It was disgusting. They had a sad plate of taquitos. I mean, taquitos you'd see at a 7-Eleven, just on the roller. That's just kind of gray. You're like, this is 100%, this is not real food. They had, the crock pot with the Vienna sausages. Oh, it was the best. I'm not trying to say this to I highly recommend going to check out your community theater. It's kind of like, I think you'd get lower production quality at high school, depending on the high school you go to, the high school theaters, the high school plays, but I don't want to go see high school kids. That, to me, I feel creepy. I don't know what that is. I don't want to. Why would I ever want to be back in a high school? I'm 35. I don't want to go see kids act. So the community theater is where it's at because these are adults that are, love the arts. I hope the Oscars are good this year. No movie that's up for a nomination will ever compare to what I saw at that community theater playhouse. And I have not felt joy like that since I got engaged, I think. I think that trumps my engagement. That's a joke, Lily, if you're listening. All right, that's all we have. This was a fun episode. I hope you enjoyed it. There was a lot going on. Just, again, a quick reminder. Don't forget to subscribe where you listen. Subscribing helps because then I'll pop up in your phone and remind you that I'm around and I'm gay and you're beautiful. Rate, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, maybe Pandora. I don't fucking know what you're listening to if it's on Apple or Spotify. If you have left a review, thank you so much. Comment on YouTube if you want. I don't know. YouTube's it's fine. I don't know why people would want to watch this. I do video, but you can listen to me and get some shit done. How about that? Be productive and put me on. You can always support the show, support my comedy by signing up for my Patreon. Again, you get an extra bonus episode every week. It's a fantastic community over there. I'm dropping some merch for Patreon members only. Again, $3 a month, you can sponsor a gay. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram. You'll find me. Just put in Heather Shaw is Kidding on Instagram. On TikTok, just type in my name. I don't know. TikTok might be banned soon. I don't really fucking care if it goes away. We had a run. It's just QVC now. TikTok is just a QV, it's just advertisements. The U.S. government's going to take TikTok and they're going to ruin TikTok. So the heyday of TikTok is over, but I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on drugs. All right, take care, everybody. Stay gay and see ya.